So I started noticing about 2 weeks ago that my cell phone battery was dying much faster than normal. And I thought, well, it's probably just because I'm at home, self-quarantining, using my phone more, watching more videos. And then I thought, no, I actually use my phone too much every day, and I watch too many YouTube videos every day. There's something else going on here. So I have a Google Pixel phone, and I know that Google tracks me. I keep the microphone on my Google Home Mini off all the time.
By the way, the mic's off. To turn it back on, slide the switch on the back of Google Home.
And I also use Google Rewards to pay for my cloud storage. I figure if they already have so much data on me, I might as well make some of my money back. I started to think about how Google is probably just gathering as much information as it can during the crisis, seeing what people are doing, what they're buying more of, and where they're going. Well, it turns out that might be it. Location services, which include GPS usage, is one of the biggest drains on your battery. So I looked at which apps are requesting my location, and number one is Google, followed by Facebook. Now, it turns out that Google and Facebook admit they have already had talks with the government about sharing their data around CV-19. In this piece from the Washington Post, a Google spokesman said, "We're exploring ways that aggregated anonymized location information could help in the fight against COVID-19. Stressing any partnership would not involve sharing data about any individual's location, movement, or contacts." And the White House is on board, saying that they are encouraged by American technology companies looking to leverage aggregated anonymized data to glean insights for COVID-19 modeling efforts. But on CNN the other day, the mayor from Los Angeles seemed to suggest that the data was not anonymized.
We need faster results, and we need to know them now so we can chase down the cases we have while there's still time. But this has really been marvelously embraced by 99.9% of people. We see it in the traffic data, we see it in the cell phone data, but we're going to hunt down that last 0.1% and say, you got to get inside, you got to cut it out, and you got to distance.
Now, maybe this information is coming from cell phone providers themselves and not Google and Facebook. But the mayor seems to know who is avoiding quarantine and says that he will track down that 1%. Included in the new U.S. stimulus bill is $500 million for the CDC to create and advance public health data surveillance and modernization. Okay, so we know our phones are tracking our location. What about facial recognition? Well, in China, they've been mastering facial recognition technology for a long time now, as shown in this Vox documentary. Let's watch the part about the toilet paper dispenser, as it's such a premium commodity right now.
It even curbs the waste of toilet paper at public bathrooms. My gift. This is all I get for the next 9 minutes. And then I come back again, I try to get more. Chinese tech companies are now at the cutting edge of developing new and sophisticated ways to do video analysis.
So how about the UK? Well, every time I'm there, I'm always aware of how many CCTV cameras there are on me at all times. The UK spends 20% of its criminal justice budget on video surveillance. And the article goes on to say that Londoners are under greater surveillance than anyone else in the democratic world. Now, here in the US, we're much farther behind on this type of technology because of freedom and rights. But the US is making headway. Remember FaceApp in 2017? Blasted around the internet as a few minutes of fun? Well, it gathered tons of free facial recognition data that you probably weren't even aware you were giving away. Now, the fact that the company is Russian-owned is another story, and they do say that they delete all of their data within 48 hours. Okay, let's say that's true. Well, according to the MIT Technology Review, IBM took over 1 million photos from sites like Flickr to improve its anti-bias facial technology. But it took the photos without anyone's consent. So I bring this up not as a conspiracy theorist, but because I think it's an important topic to discuss. This crisis is a different kind of circumstance, and the ends might justify the means. Right now, most of the world is probably tracking its citizens in some way. I would have been perfectly fine with a nationwide 1-month stay-at-home order, full travel ban, and targeted testing. And it should have happened on February 3rd. I would also have been okay with an app that I was asked to install and was told would track me during the crisis for the betterment of everyone. Well, that's what happened in Singapore. According to Axios, the government of Singapore is tracing the coronavirus in ways that are simultaneously impressive and terrifying for those that worry about high-tech dictatorships. Singaporeans download Trace Together from the App Store, enter their cell phone number, and consent to their numbers being stored in a secure registry. It then uses Bluetooth to detect other users who come within 2 to 5 meters of you and records their random IDs internally. So why am I okay with this? Well, at this point, we clearly know that people are dying because our healthcare facilities are overwhelmed. And the best way to not overwhelm the healthcare facilities is to slow the spread of the virus. So I believe active app-based cell phone tracking technology would have saved a lot of lives and potentially lessened the impact on the economy. Then, after the crisis is over, we could have deleted the app and removed that now unnecessary surveillance. So when is it okay to use mass surveillance? Potentially never. But during a crisis, it clearly does make some sense. In order to squash the effects of the virus quickly, I would have been okay with it. But what if the government had just asked us for our information willingly, instead of going around our backs and adding to an already outrageous amount of data they collect on us for free? If you enjoy this content, please click the like button and share, and consider subscribing for more videos. Thank you.